Welcome to Durbin Learning English.
Hey Julia, it's been a while since we had a deep conversation. How have you been?
Hi Jack, I'm doing well, thanks. How about you?
I'm good too, just been thinking a lot lately. You know, about life and stuff, are you following your dreams?
That's a big question. I guess it depends on how you define dreams. What about you? Are you following yours?
I'm not sure. I have a steady job, but it doesn't feel like my dream job. When I was younger, I always wanted to be a writer, but I ended up in finance instead. It's safe and pays well, but it's not exactly fulfilling. What about you? What did you dream of becoming?
I always wanted to be a musician. I remember dreaming of performing on big stages and connecting with people through my songs. I still play and write music, but it's more of a hobby now. I work in marketing to pay the bills.
Do you ever think about pursuing music full-time?
Sometimes, but it's a tough industry. There's so much uncertainty and competition. Plus, I'm not sure I have the confidence to put myself out there like that. What about your writing? Do you still write?
Occasionally, but not as much as I'd like. After a long day at work, it's hard to find the energy to write. I guess I'm afraid of failing too. What if I'm not good enough?
I get that fear of failure can be paralyzing. But isn't it worth trying? Even if it doesn't work out, at least you tried, right?
You're right. I suppose it's about finding a balance. Maybe I don't need to quit my job to follow my dream. I could start small, like writing a little each day or taking a writing class. What about you? Have you thought about taking steps towards music?
Yeah, I have. I actually joined a local band recently. We play at small venues on weekends. It's not a full-time gig, but it brings me joy and keeps the dream alive. Plus, it's a good way to improve and gain confidence.
That's amazing, Julia. It's great that you're taking steps towards your dream. I should take a page from your book and start writing more. Maybe we could even help each other out, like accountability partners.
I love that idea. We could check in with each other regularly, share progress, and encourage one another. Sometimes all we need is a little push and someone to believe in us.
Exactly, it's easy to get lost in the daily grind and forget about our passions. But life is too short not to chase our dreams, even if it's just a little bit at a time.
Definitely, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Small steps can lead to big changes. Who knows where we might end up?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe one day I'll see you on a big stage performing and you'll read one of my books.
That sounds like a plan. Let's make a pact to follow our dreams, no matter how slowly, deal?
Deal. Here's to chasing our dreams and living life to the fullest.
Cheers to that, Jack. Let's make it happen.
So tell me more about this band you're in. What kind of music do you play?
We play a mix of genres, mostly indie rock and a bit of folk. It's been an interesting experience, blending our different influences. The guys in the band are great, very supportive and creative. What about you? What kind of writing do you enjoy the most?
I've always been drawn to fiction, especially science fiction and fantasy. I love creating new worlds and exploring different possibilities. Lately, I've been toying with the idea of writing a series of short stories. It feels less daunting than starting a full novel.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. Short stories can be a great way to hone your skills and get your work out there. Have you shared your writing with anyone?
Not really. I've been too self-conscious about it. What if people don't like it?
I understand that feeling. When I first started performing with the band, I was terrified. But I realized that not everyone will like what you do, and that's okay. What matters is that you're passionate about it. You should share your stories with someone you trust.
Maybe I will. I guess it's about taking that first step and not letting fear hold me back. Do you ever feel like you're juggling too many things at once?
All the time between work, the band, and personal life, it can get overwhelming. But I've found that prioritizing and setting small goals helps. How do you manage your time?
Honestly, I'm still figuring that out. I tend to get caught up in work and neglect other aspects of my life. Maybe I need to set clearer boundaries and make time for writing. How do you keep yourself motivated?
I try to remind myself why I started in the first place. The joy of creating and sharing music keeps me going. Also, seeing progress, no matter how small, is motivating. Do you have a routine for writing?
Not really. I've been too self-conscious about it. What if people don't like it?
I understand that feeling. When I first started performing with the band, I was terrified. But I realized that not everyone will like what you do, and that's okay. What matters is that you're passionate about it. You should share your stories with someone you trust.
Maybe I will. I guess it's about taking that first step and not letting fear hold me back. Do you ever feel like you're juggling too many things at once?
All the time between work, the band, and personal life, it can get overwhelming. But I've found that prioritizing and setting small goals helps. How do you manage your time?
Honestly, I'm still figuring that out. I tend to get caught up in work and neglect other aspects of my life. Maybe I need to set clearer boundaries and make time for writing. How do you keep yourself motivated?
I try to remind myself why I started in the first place. The joy of creating and sharing music keeps me going. Also, seeing progress, no matter how small, is motivating. Do you have a routine for writing?
Not really. I write when inspiration strikes, but that's not very often. I think I need to develop a more consistent routine. Maybe set aside a specific time each day for writing. Do you have a practice schedule with your band?
Yes, we practice twice a week, usually in the evenings. It's a good balance. Having a set schedule makes it easier to stay committed. I think a routine could help you too. It doesn't have to be rigid, just consistent enough to make writing a habit.
That makes sense. I'll give it a try. Do you ever feel like you're missing out on other things because you're chasing your dream?
Sometimes, but I try to keep a healthy perspective. Pursuing music makes me happy, and that's important. I still make time for friends and family. It's all about balance. What about you? Do you feel like you're missing out?
A bit, yeah. I sometimes feel like I'm stuck in a routine that's not fulfilling. But talking to you has made me realize that I can change that. I can follow my dreams without giving up everything else. It's about finding that balance. Exactly, it's never too late to start. And remember, it's your journey. You define what success looks like for you. You're right, Julia. Thanks for the encouragement. I'm excited to see where this takes us.
Me too. Jack, here's to new beginnings and following our dreams one step at a time.
So guys, bye for today. See you soon in next video.